Mr. Bloxham here. We're going to do duck today. I went to buy some chicken, couldn't buy any. This one cost £6.50. We don't have duck very often because it's a bit more expensive, but not too big for the size of it. So it's actually, it is quite a big bird. So, and we're going to weigh the breasts afterwards. So first thing I'm going to do, I've got this thing got hot soap water so I don't have to contaminate the tap. So I wash my hands and I'm just going to whip this open, take the duck out. So today, rather than roast the duck, which is obviously one thing you can do, I'm going to take the breast off, and the breast off of this will be much bigger than the breast you get normally just in the supermarket. This is quite a fatty meat, so if you're roasting this, you need to cook it with a fork, cook it with a fork and sprinkle it with salt. It says on the packet 2 hours, but then it's all well cooked. So the breast I quite like medium, so I'm going to take these off, and we're going to have to roast up tomorrow. So I'm going to make this do 2 meals. So we've only got 2 breasts between the 3 of us tonight. So cut down the backbone. Right, it's a bit like we do this with the year 10s, they have to take the breasts off the chicken. So with here, you can do it with any sort of big knife here, or you can use a smaller knife, it's a bit easier. Sometimes I take the legs off first, but I'm going to roast it whole tomorrow, so I'm not taking the legs off first. So the wishbone's here. Make sure you go through the wishbone. The wishbone's really, really hard to get through. Normally, you can go through the wishbone straight away. If not, you lose a bit of the meat. You know, I'm struggling to get through the wishbone, which is amazing. Normally the chicken ones break very, very easily. So we cut this bit off there. Very thick skin on these, a lot thicker than a chicken skin, and we're going to cook it for 7 minutes approximately, with the skin side down. Then put it in the oven for about 5 minutes. So there's one breast there. I'm going to weigh this in a minute. As you can see, this is a huge breast, but it's got quite a lot of fat on it. Then we take the other one off, have it this way round, go down here. I'm struggling to get through the wishbone, so I'm going to leave that. We have one more cut. This is normally really easy to do. I think I did it then. I don't know if it did either then, much anyway. So take all the breast off, and we're going to weigh the breast. For the year 10s, what I normally do is they have a bit of a competition here. And seeing who can get the largest, the biggest breast. So if I take one off, then they have to get one off and see who's the nearest to what I can do, because normally they leave loads of meat on the bone. So we just get nice and close to the bone. That's nearly off. Then we're going to make 2 minutes. You see, lovely big breast. We're going to weigh these. So the scales on here, bring the camera over here. We're going to have a little bit of cling film on there. Contaminate it too much there. So we're going to get a bit of cling film out. These are like all 300 grams each. We're going to say maybe over that. Oops, that's in my hand. So is it on 0? It's on 0. I'm guessing 300 grams at least, hopefully. Let's have a look. Oh look, 405 grams. But if I took the fat off now, I'm not going to, I reckon you would get, that's at least 150 grams of fat on there though. So it's good old breast, 400 grams. Okay, I'm switching the cooker on. I'm not going to put any fat in because there's plenty of fat in here. This is going to take about 7 minutes. So big breast, maybe 7 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer for 6 minutes. Alexa, timer, 6 minutes. Put them in.
6 minutes.
Before I do this, I might set it for 1. This was going to take me at least a minute. I forgot to do something. So we have to score the meat. This is quite important because it lets all the fat out. So we go it one way. We need a nice sharp knife for this. So I'm going to turn it down. If my cameraman just turns it down a bit, don't have to turn it off. Just turn it down. And then I'm going to, because I should have done this first. I was too busy weighing it. Sorry there. So we're going to cut all this. Then it lets some of the fat ooze out as well. Don't put too much in. Maybe I've gone a little bit too far here. As you can see the duck here, normally try not to do it so you can see the actual duck. So that's one score. I'll put that in so the pan doesn't get too hot. I'm going to do the other one actually because I'm going to put some salt and pepper on it. Now one thing I could have done, I got the salt and pepper out on the chopping board on purpose because normally I do that first. Then I wouldn't have to wash my hands in between. I could have just sprinkled it on. So anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, do that. That's it. There's some little scores in there you can see. This will keep it out. I quite like the fat, but obviously this will lose loads of fat. But I will save the fat when it's all come out, and we'll be able to use that for roast potatoes on another day because they do, obviously they sell goose fat for roast potatoes, but duck fat's probably about the next best thing. So I'll try not to waste the fat. I'll be making roast potatoes with it. There you are. So I'm going to wash my hands first. Now I've got a bowl of water here ready so I don't have to contaminate the taps. Soap all over. Bit of paper towel. So I've got no blood in my hands now. I'm going to try and pick them up with a fork or something so I don't contaminate my hands again. So loads of salt, a bit of salt on them. Pepper. So we've only got these between three of us, so we're going to have like 2/3 of a breast each. Yeah, but I'm going to slice it up and we're going to do it on stir fry. On the tray there, I'm going to explain why this is cooking for the stir fry. So Alexa, cancel timer.
6 minutes, timer cancelled.
Alexa, timer 6 minutes. So now I'm putting them in for 6 minutes. They might not be done
6
then.
minutes, starting now.
So we're going to cook there, then we're going to turn them over after 6 minutes. I've been turning it up a bit, then I'm going to turn it down in a minute. So we finished with the duck. Or I think I might have turned it off. Let me have another go there. My cameraman was reminding me then, thank you. So next one. So I've got some thyme for it. So we finished with the knife, so I'm going to wash the knife. When you do the knife, wash the blade away from yourself. And wash the top as well. Wipe it away from yourself. Always wipe it away from yourself. Once you've done that, wipe it away from yourself because people quite often cut themselves if they don't do that. So now, we finished with the duck now, so I'm going to move that out of the way, but I'll put it in the fridge later because I will need to wrap it up. So now we're going to come over here, we're going to do stir fry and plum sauce with it. Three things well known with it. I've got some apple here. Roast duck quite often goes with roast duck with roasted apple sauce, or plum sauce or orange sauce. So plum sauce, I'm going to use, I've done 2 in there, I'm going to do 1 more. For this, just cut it round. Spin it round if it's not too right. Now this one, chop this up maybe a bit. Now I'm going to do it with about 200 millilitres of liquid in there, either wine or stock. And then I'm also going to put 1 tablespoon of sugar between 3 plums. So a tablespoon of sugar, and that's going to make it like a rich plum sauce. Yep, so that's going to go on. Putting the fan on. So as you can see, all the fat that's come out of that already, that's been about 1 minute I reckon or so, and look how much fat's come out there. I might have to lower it down. You can even pour the fat out or just leave it in there. Sometimes I take it out because there's loads come out. It's amazing how much fat's in there. So next one, put all my rubbish in here. Now I've put all this other vegetables here. So I've got these as a bit of a bargain here. Only 6p for some orange too. Don't normally have them. We eat all in French. These are similar to sugar snap peas, but these are slightly thinner rather than the fatter ones. Leeks here, these are only 30p, so I'm going to use 10p's worth of leeks here. Now there's a weird thing with leeks, they're well known for being dirty inside. This wouldn't necessarily go and stir fry more spring onions with. You see this is a bargain, I bought it. So I chop and tail it, and I'm going to try and do the stir fry in the next pan straight away. Whatever I think is going to be, go straight away. So as you can see, there's some dirt on here or something, or the outer leaf. So I'm going to bin the outer leaf. I will check on the duck now and again to make sure it's not burning, and lower it down if it's burning. It should be okay. So what I do with this sometimes is cut it down the middle. I cut it down the middle here. Then it opens out. Then if there's some dirt in here, which there isn't, but there's a couple of round bits which we can take out. So sometimes it's got actually traps the dirt inside, so that's a good way to get it out. And then you can go over to the tap, and you can just wash it like so to get all the dirt out. There's no dirt in here, this is an example. If you get some large leeks or organic ones, that's quite common. And then I can just slice it up. This one here, now I'm going to swap this one onto the smaller ring now, and have the veg stir fry on the big ring, because I'm going to have a lot of vegetables in there to cool it down. So I'm going to do the leeks. The mange two probably go in last. I'm going to do the leeks and the carrot. Leeks and the carrot. There's the leeks. Then I'm going to do the carrot. I'm not going to bother peeling the carrot. So I'm going to put the leeks in straight up, but I'm going to leave that be alright for 30 seconds. Oh, this one's going to go in the plum sauce, one vegetable stock cube. Any type of stock cube will be alright actually. On one of the recipes online I've seen earlier, it did say beef, but obviously chicken, seeing it's duck, you don't normally get duck stock cube. This can go in here, so it doesn't burn too quickly. And then I'm going to start doing the veg and put it straight in. So, carrot, cut it in half after you've washed it, and just cut it on the slant. And it looks a bit Chinese toast style, so cut it on the slant, not too thick. Yeah, and then we can serve this a little bit crunchy, a tiny bit crunchy. And it was saying, so stir frying is good because it will retain some of its nutrients, because obviously if you boil it, a lot of the nutrients, the vitamin A and the vitamin C from the carrots go into the water and you lose them. So the onion. So I'm going to do a few onions just to share the third one. I've got my bucket here that goes in the compost. I've got a compost bin outside, so put it in the rubbish. So with this here, fill the onion, and I'm going to slice it rather than dice, so you don't need it too small for this. So cut it in half. Okay. Now with the thing, I'm just going to check on the duck over here. This duck's probably quite good, and we turn that one down a bit, doesn't need it too long. So as you can see, oh, this is cooking quite quickly. Maybe that's too hot, that fat. But look how much fat, so it's only been a few minutes. I reckon that must be at least 200 grams. Maybe we're going to weigh the fat, so I'm lowering it down at the moment because I reckon that's quite good. So next thing we're going to do is an onion. Chop the onion up. Chop the onion up. We've got a little bit of celery. Wash this, going to put the green bit in as well, the lot. Bit of celery. Oh, we could put a little bit of shallot. Now I'm going to put a little bit of shallot in the plum sauce. I am going to dice this. You could actually fry it first without any colour if you wanted to. So I'm just going to chop a little bit, just like half a shallot in the plum sauce here, a bit of flavour. Now we can put a lid on the plum sauce. Oh, so that was my 6 minutes, was it? So I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to fry it for a bit in here, and then I'm going to put them in the oven. But they're big bread, so I reckon it only says 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to put them in the oven for at least 10 minutes, I reckon. We need them an extra of 57 degrees for medium rare, 61 for medium, 65 medium well done, depending how you like it. So this goes in here, all the veg goes in here. Then we're going to do just the rest of the shallot. The Mons 2 I'm going to put in about 5 minutes. I'm not going to put a spring onion in today because I've got the leeks, but obviously spring onions are well known and stuff. But actually, well itself, I am going to do this. We just chop the ends off, chop this end off, and then chop the whole lot up. Don't waste any of it. Don't just need more waste loads of it. I wouldn't waste any of it. This can all go in. Now with the duck, well, it's frying, I've got loads of thyme here. So when it goes in the oven, I'm going to put this thyme. This is out of my garden. I'm going to put all this thyme on, but I've pulled some off as well. With the stir fry, we've got some noodles, and I'm going to put some on too. Now I'm going to do the orange, put orange sauce. I'm going to get a fish slice, give it a stir. So all I'm going to do is fry this till it's cooked, and then add the noodles, add a little bit of soy sauce, but other flavours, I'm going to put in this still rubbish, goes in my rubbish pot. Then I'm going to do the garlic. So for the garlic, just put the knife up once, brush it, brush it, brush it, brush it, only put the knife up once. Then fill them all the peelings together, then I put them in the rubbish together. Yeah. This is a lot quicker. Now I'm not over keen on the garlic crushers because one, they're always hard to clean, and by the time you found them I would have chopped them up normally. So now on here there's little brown bits, little rooty bits, so we do need to chop them off. So in here, one end there's a little bit of root, one there, one there, one there, one there. Move them to one side, put these together, give the thing a quick stir, and I'm going to put them in the oven in a minute. I'll put the oven on. Once I've chopped up all the veg. I'm going to put them in the oven, then I'm going to get the side cleared up, ready for the next one. That goes in here. We could actually use a bit of the duck fat. The next thing I'm going to do in a minute while the duck's cooking in the oven is the orange. And I'm going to show you how to segment an orange. This is really hard. I get my pupils to do this, even the year 10s struggle to do this. Only about 2 or 3 in the class can do it without leaving the pit on, which I'm going to show you now. So here. And that can just go in like you can either have it with orange juice and orange segments and sticking up with cornflour, or you can have it in like a rich type gravy type thing. I'm just going to do the orange to show you the bit of the front sauce with it. So once it's all chopped up like so, you could put this in the duck, but I'm mainly using this for the stir fry. That goes in the stir fry, saves a little bit for the duck. So the duck's more or less ready now. So I'm going to get a roll of bit of paper, and I'm going to put it in the oven 5 minutes, and we're going to probe it. And we'll see how well cooked it is. So oven cloth there, onto a trivet, onto the trivet, here, that goes in here. Now it's quite hot this, so I'm going to put it in here, then I'm going to sprinkle it with some thyme. I don't like it too rare, some restaurants serve it ridiculously rare. Put some thyme on it, all this thyme's going to go on it. In the recipe, it's one of the recipes I'm looking at, it says put some butter in it as well. I'm not going to bother with that thing, there'll be some more fat coming out of that. So in here we're going to weigh this in a minute, see how much fat come out of them, and that's without getting too much. So we'll put that on here, put the scales on here, put it on. I think that says 0, so if you have a look at here, I'm going to smooth in how much fat's going to be here. Maybe 200 grams ish, we're going to see. Oh, maybe not that much, maybe I was exaggerating a bit there. Is that 85 grams? That was way out there, wouldn't it? Maybe a little more in the bag. But 85 grams, that's quite a lot. 9 calories, 9 calories, so that's nearly 800 calories in that fat there. But I will be using, I won't be wasting, I'll be using it for roast potatoes or something later in the week. So you could freeze it as well if you weren't using it, because I can see at the moment there's talking about a lot of people are throwing stuff away. Now we're going to do the orange. Anyway, oh, duck. I was going to put this on the duck. So we're going to put a little bit of this on the duck. Normally this would go under the meat of the duck rather than the fat. So I'm going to turn it over. I'll quickly turn it over. Put a little bit of garlic. You could put star anise on this, but I haven't got any of that. You could put anything else on it. Honey is well known on duck. They do honey glazed duck. Quite like that. We do those. I wouldn't put the duck honey on too early though, because it burns. But honey's a good flavour. Obviously, because it makes it sweet. Because duck is normally served with something sweet like orange, plum, apple. One of those here. They're the 3 berries. Sometimes they serve with it as well. And there's a tiny bit of that in there, it's burning a little bit. So that won't take long, and I'm going to put some soy sauce in there and some noodles. Okay, so I'm going to put the duck. I'm going to use a clean chopping board for this. And wash the knife again. It's the same knife. Normally to take the segments out you'll need a small knife, but I'll be able to take the skin off with the big knife, and I'm going to time this. I reckon it's going to take me 2 minutes 30. Might need a nice sharp knife to take the segments out. So I'm just going to, this dart's quite nice, I don't know how sharp this one is, so I'm going to sharpen this one up. This is for taking the segments out, hopefully it's going to be nice and sharp. Most important, for certain jobs, you need a sharp knife, and this is definitely one of them. This is one of the challenges we have. The pupils have to get about at least 50 grams of orange with no pit. This is the last job that I have to serve up. So this is more or less done. Turn this down. You can put a little bit of liquid in it if it's burning. Yeah. So we've got a little bit of soy sauce in as well. And we'll open the window. The window's open a little bit more. And a bit smoky in here. And we're going to, in about 2 minutes, once I've done this, I can put a lid on it if I want it to stay a bit. If I'm worried about it burning, turn it down a bit. I can even put a lid on the other pot. over here, otherwise that's going to burn as well. So the next thing is called the orange challenger. Oh, I've actually forgot the orange too. This doesn't take too long, so I let this in last anyway, it's always worth to go to all lid. That can go in. I will turn it up actually, because I put the Monge 2 in to cool it down. But once it's boiling, it doesn't take a lot of energy to keep it cooking. Up again. That's going to go in the bin in a minute. Got the orange on here. So, Alexa, timer, 2 minutes 30 seconds.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. Starting now.
Now that one's not that sharp, even though sharper than this one's far sharper. All the way round, but I might have to use the little one for the segments. So sometimes I'd have to use my steel. If I realised that one wasn't very sharp, I would have sharpened it with the steel. Because this one's far sharper than that little one. That's all the bit off. And then that's the start of it. And when the pupils do this at school, they normally make it square. Then we cut it in between the segments. 1, 2, 1 between each one here. This might be good with my glasses on. So we need to get at least 50 grams. The bigger the orange, obviously, the more orange you get, but we can't have any pith on it. The pupils really struggle to do this, a real hard job. I even get the year 7s to have a go at this. Very, very few of them have managed to do this. But even at college, taught a couple of colleges before, this is one of the things they maybe do at colleges as well. And then we just arrange it in here, and that's done. Alexa, how long on the timer?
You have 1 minute and 10 seconds left on your 2 minute and 30 second timer.
I was only 1:30 then, yes, yeah, so I'm sure how long it would take. So this is the orange here, as you can see, no pith on it. And what you can do now is we're going to weigh it. I might just put it in with the plum sauce or something, or use it for garnish. So put it on here first, then we're going to take away, we're going to put it in a little mug for a minute. Because obviously we need to see how much the orange actually weighs. So I reckon it's 50, 60-ish grams here. I was rubbish at guessing earlier, so I'm not going to commit myself to it. Now we need to put that on, and then press the 0, don't we? Yeah, and then we put this on. Oh, it did say 50 to 60 grams. There we are, 54 grams. So 54 grams of orange. And then with this bit we don't waste, I'm just going to put this, normally it would go in the orange sauce. But I'm going to put this in a minute, once I've just stirred this. This is done now, more or less. I like it, the ones to not cook too much. Now there's some colour in there still, could be with some red pepper or something. This can all go in here. The plum sauce is cooking down a bit here. You can see I've got a bit of the orange juice in to save wasting it. Alexa, off. So Alexa's good for my timing, so I don't burn anything. And I'm just going to use the orange for garnish actually. So we're going to throw it any minute. That's going to go on the tray for a minute. That's all on here. Oh, noodles in. So the noodles can go in. And I'm going to throw the duck. Noodles in. Lid on for a bit, and then they're steamed. A bit more glass of the soya sauce. A little bit of water because I think the noodles are going to burn otherwise. Rubbish over there for a minute. So we're going to clear the space. Most important is to tidy up as we go. Finish with the salt and pepper. Won't need that in the stir fry because the veg has got the soy sauce in there. Put it away. This over there to get washed up. So we're going to have the plum. I feel like I've got a bit of everything on there. Some people don't like fruity sauces with it, but I definitely like a sauce with it. So when we got the Chinese, if it was like an English meal with mashed potato, you might need sort of some gravy with it, or orange type gravy, Cointreau in it, Grand Marnier. So once we've tidied up, now we're going to get the plates out. I've got them out ready. Make a bit of room. I need to trip it back actually. I need one of those chopping boards washing, so I'm going to have to wash one of the chopping boards. So I'm going to wash this one and leave that to the veg. Normally, obviously, if you're in the kitchen, you need a yellow chopping board. A yellow chopping board for this. but I've only got wooden ones, so I'm going to use that. But an orange one and obviously a red one for the raw meat. For the vegetables, either green or brown, depending which vegetables they are. So, Alexa, how long on the timer?
There are no timers
Oh, I
set.
thought I didn't set the timer for it in the oven. So we're going to probe it now. So before I probe it, I need to get the probe out. What you could do is just time it for what you think it is. Leave it for a bit to rest. I'm going to get the probe out. Hopefully it's in here. There we go. Get the probe here. So, push it under here. So it's been in the drawer. So this is room temperature, roughly 20 degrees in here at the moment. We're going to open it up here. We're going to probe this. Is it done? Obviously you can feel to see if it's done. Doesn't look too well done to me. Probably needs a little bit longer. These are huge breasts. Maybe I could whack the oven up a bit here. Only said 165 in the thing, but oh, this is 58 here, 59. But we're going to leave these for a couple of minutes to rest. So we're going to leave that for a minute, and we'll turn it off for a bit, and we'll come back in a couple of minutes. So we're going to leave it rest for 5 minutes. That's at 59.
Shall I stop?
Oh yeah.